Hello everyone, welcome to another lecture of Liquid Solution, class 12. So if you have watched the first lecture, there we have discussed the case where the component, both solute and solvent, were volatile, right? So we will continue from there only. So we have taken what we have did. We have taken two containers. If you have seen that lecture, we have taken two containers, and in one container we have taken pure A, and in another container we have taken pure B, and after that we have mixed these two and we have formed here a solution, right? So in the first container what we have did, we have taken pure A, right? In the first container we have taken pure A, and in the second container we have taken pure B, right? And here we have made a mixing, we have mixed A and B and we have formed a solution, right? So there I have told you that whatever the pressure which will be exerted by this A, it is denoted by P naught A, which is called what? Vapor pressure of pure A. And whatever the pressure which will be exerted by this B on the surface of this liquid, it will be denoted by P naught B. This is what? Vapor pressure of pure B. Okay. And when we are mixing these two, then at that time if you want to find out the pressure of A, so at that time we were denoting this with PA, right, and PB, right? So PA was what? Partial vapor pressure of A in solution, right? And PB was partial vapor pressure of B in solution, right? Up to this it was clear, right? So after that, by on this way only we will see that one scientist was there, Raoults. He told that in its law, which is called Raoult's law, he told that whatever the partial pressure of this A, okay, and whatever the partial pressure of this B, it will be directly proportional to its mole fraction. Okay, mole fraction we have discussed in the first lecture only. So he told that whatever the partial pressure of A, okay, and whatever the partial pressure of B, okay, it will be equal to, or it will be directly proportional to its mole fraction. Okay, whatever the partial pressure of B, it will be directly proportional to its mole fraction. Okay, understood up to this? Now next, what he did, to remove this directly proportional sign, what we have did, we will remove this with K. Okay, up to this, understood? This K is what? K is a constant here. Now we will try to find out the value of this K. Okay, so to find out the value of this K, we have to assume something. Okay, so what we will assume, you just see here, when we were taking PA, P naught B, here PA, PB, okay. So the case is this solution, this is a solution, right? So in this solution, we will assume that, we will just assume that B is not present. Okay, in this solution, we will assume that B is not present. Okay, since if B is not present, what I have told you in the first lecture, that mole fraction of two component is always equal to 1, right? So if B is not present here, at that time what we can say, that B is not present means what? Here mole fraction of B is 0, right? If B is not present here, at that time mole fraction of B is 0, right? Then what will be the mole fraction of A? It will be equal to 1, right? I hope you are understanding this. In this solution, we will assume that B is not present, okay? So at that time, if B is not present, at that time mole fraction of B will be 0, right? So what we can say that the mole fraction of A will be equal to 1, right? So here we will apply that case, okay? So what we will do, we will take a case where the mole fraction of A is 1, okay, and mole fraction of B is 0. Okay, up to this all of you are clear about this? So if we are taking this mole fraction of A as 1, so in this case what we can write, mole fraction, in this case what we can write that, like we can write like this, just see, P A is equal to K, right? P is what? PA is what? Equal to K. PA is equal to K. Now you just think one thing, because here most of the students get confused. What I have told you, here we have taken only what? We have taken only what? A. We are assuming that only A is present, right? So if only A is present here, then whatever the partial pressure of this A will be there, whatever the partial pressure of this A, it will be equal to what? It will be equal to its vapor pressure of P or A, right? Are understanding or not? You just see, since what I have told you, here B is not present, B is 0, then whatever the partial pressure of B will be there here, it will be equal to what? It will be equal to the vapor pressure of P or A, which is P naught A. Just see here, it will be equal to P naught A. I hope this is clear, because we are assuming here, once again I will explain you, if only B is present here, if only A is present here only, then at that time whatever the partial pressure of this A will be there, PA, which is, it will be equal to what? Partial pressure of P or A, because B is not there. B तो है ही नहीं वहाँ पे. अगर हम लोग assume कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे कि सिर्फ A ही present है, तो सिर्फ अगर A ही present है, तो उसका जो partial pressure होगा वो किसके बराबर होगा? उसके P naught A के बराबर, जो पहले उसका P or वाला में जो vapor pressure था उसके बराबर होगा. Just see, understood? So what we can write here, just see, if you are using this case, in this case PA is equal to K, right? And since we know that PA is also equal to P naught A, right? So from here, can we write like this? This PA, okay? Since this is equal to this, and this is equal to what? This. So what we can write here? PA is equal to what? P naught A zeta. I hope this is clear. Once again, you just see, PA is equal to P naught A, and just now we have proved that PA is equal to K also. So in place of K, we can write this, right? So that's why we have got PA is equal to P naught A zeta A, right? In same case, in case of B, what we can write? In case of B, we can write like this: PB is equal to P naught B zeta B, right? So these two formula we have got from here. This is according to the Raoult's law. Okay. Now according to the Dalton's law of partial pressure, P total it is equal to what? PA plus PB, right? PA plus PB. So here in place PT, what we can write? In place of PA, what we can write? P naught A zeta A. P naught A zeta A, and here we can write P naught B zeta B. So this was all about the case where both the solute and solvent are volatile. This is also volatile and this is also volatile. So I hope this is clear, all of you, right? So this was about the case where both A and